Well, good afternoon, YouTube. This is Chuck, and it's Wednesday, June 12th, 2024, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm out here in my recording studio / van, and it's a little bit toasty today here on the mountain. It's about 95 outside, if I look like I might be sweating here a little bit. But when I opened up the van to air it out, and get some air moving through here, the thermometer, which I've told you before is located, I don't know, maybe you can even see it back there. It's a little white thing just past that upper window, up underneath the ceiling. And anyway, I went to look to see what the temperature was on that, and it said up there it was 125 degrees. So it's a little bit toasty here in the van, but now as soon as I opened it up, I got some breeze blowing through it. It's not near that bad now. But got another update for you today, and another Bigfoot thing. And seems like the information just keeps coming. And I had something happen to me too. So let me start out with my friend up in Utah, and got a picture for you. So last evening he went up to his location up there. Now he hasn't been going up there every night. He's been going up there 3 or 4 nights a week, but he has been skipping some. But and if you remember that earlier in one of the earlier videos, I'd mentioned that the area where he was going is by some fairly popular spots, and there's other people around too. And I had suggested that he ask his Sasquatch friends up there if there's a better place, and they actually directed him to another location within walking distance, which is a little farther away from the prime recreation spot, and a little bit more secluded. And so he started going up there. Well, last evening, as he was walking into that spot, because he has to park the car a little ways away, but as he's walking into that spot, all of a sudden a little stone comes flying in and lands right in front of him. Well, we all know that the rocks don't throw themselves, and he looked around, didn't see anybody, and there wasn't anybody there, so he called out to him and said, "Hi, I see that you know I'm here, and thank you," and just the things we do. But he said he thought that was pretty cool because it was kind of like a welcome. Well, he got down to his spot, and lo and behold, there were 4 rock stacks there, big rock stacks that weren't there before. Now, we all know that stacking rocks has kind of become a thing, and there's a lot of people do it, and you seem like you find these stacks of rocks most anywhere. And so the first thing you'd obviously think is that somebody went in there and did that, and and maybe they did. But he said that afterwards, and I'll tell you the rest of the story, but let me jump ahead for a second. He says afterwards he checked all the spots in that particular area, and there wasn't a single rock stack anywhere. This is the only place that rocks were stacked, and it's not one of the normal spots where people hang out. And so while he was there, he said, "Hey, this is really pretty cool. Did you guys do that?" And he got a buzz that he took as an affirmative. And so he was looking at these rock stacks, and I'm going to put a picture in. He sent me a picture, and he said I could use it, so I'm going to plug a picture in. And in fact, let me do that. I'll do that so I don't forget. Let me just do that right here. So did you see that? It took some talent to stack those rocks like that. Well, one of the things he noticed is, and he's a pretty astute observer, and he noticed that the first 2, that'd be the ones on the left in the picture, have 7 rocks apiece, and the other 2 have 5 rocks apiece. And somehow he thinks that means something. 7, 7, 5, 5. Now they're prime numbers, and so I don't know if it means anything or not, but it's one of those things that he kind of knows, but he doesn't quite know why he knows it. But he thinks that has something to do with something. And so we're still trying to figure out what that might be, or what that whole arrangement might mean. Well, then, but that's the story his story for right now. And he's oh, by the way, his after he got buzzed that they did do that, And he also saw, by the way, he also saw his friend the raven that was there, and the one that had told his, the raven told his wife earlier, or they told the wife earlier that the raven was one of them. And the raven was there last night as well, and showing no fear, just kind of hanging around. Well, his wife wasn't with him up there, but after she went home, after he went home, he asked her about that, and so she kind of cast out, and she got kind of an affirmative back as well. So that's two of them saying that they were the ones responsible for stacking the rocks. And if you look at if you took a look at that picture, that was pretty cool the way they did that. It took a little bit of something balanced to get that in there, because some of those stacks of rocks are pretty cool. Anyway, let me forward up to a news story that I got. Well, I've got a viewer that lives in Florida. Her name's Kathleen. And Kathleen has been having an ongoing communication with some Sasquatch folks in a state park near where she lives in Florida. Well, when she contacted me earlier, and I asked her, I said, well, next time you get to talking to them, ask them if they know me. And said, the name Wista is the name they gave me. Ask them if they know me. Well, she commented back on the video, and she said she went down there and they were there, and so she asked them if they knew Wista, and she no sooner said it, and she got a very, very solid, loud, close wood knock sound. Now, we all know that they don't actually whack trees with sticks to make that sound. Somehow they make that sound. We don't know exactly how they do it, but they don't walk around carrying clubs. But she said that as soon as she said that, she no sooner said that, and she got a very loud wood knock sound, which she interpreted as an acknowledgement of, yes, they did know me, and she told them that I said hello, and that she would tell me hello from them. She also told me that they were going to the forest people that were there. They told her that they were going to move from that area, and they were going to go further up into the Ocala National Forest, which has a long history of Sasquatch activity. And she got the impression the reason why they were going up there is because accessibility to water. I don't know whether it's getting dry down where she's at or what the deal is, but they told her that they were going to be heading up that direction, and that they were going to be moving at least temporarily. We don't know for sure what the whole deal is. But I thought that was an interesting story. It once more, it confirms the thing about what one knows they all know. Because when she asked them down there in Florida if they knew me, she got a reaction. And I think that's absolutely cool. I'm humbled by that. I can't imagine how that all works. But we've tested that theory in several places, and it seems to work. And so anyway, my third thing for this video actually happened to me, and it happened this morning. I woke up probably a little after 4 this morning, and of course I had to get up and use the restroom, a typical old guy thing. And so anyway, I laid back down, and I knew at 4 o'clock, and I normally get up at 5, so I knew if once I was up at 4, I probably wouldn't go back to sleep. But I was nice and comfortable, so I was kind of laying there and letting my mind run. And about 4:45 or so, I actually got zapped. And when I got zapped, I got a name. Very clear mind speak, I got a name. And the name I got was Doheen Jacobs. Well, obviously Jacobs my last name, and Doheen sounds like a name, but I have no idea what it connects to or what it is. Now, as I've thought about it today, it's one of two possibilities. It's either one of them's name, and I'm not sure where the last name came from. But then I also thought later, well, maybe that's a term in their language, and they're referring to me somehow, similar to the other name that they gave me, and maybe that's a reference to something. So those of you that have contact with them, if any of you have any knowledge into what that means, and it actually had the little pause in the center. It was Doheen. And so I have no idea what that means, but I got it very, very clearly. And so it's either one of them's name somehow, or it's referring to somehow referring to me or something. I don't know. But I'm kind of interested in finding out what that means. So if any of you have any input in that, just leave it in the comments. Let me know. So anyway, that's my update for today. And I'm going to shoot another little video when I'm done here about a different subject. But the information just keeps on coming in. As like I said last time, the crazy train keeps rolling. So until I talk to you again, let me just tell you, as I always do, take care of each other and love each other. And a little toasty here in the recording studio this afternoon, but the light's good and it's comfortable here. And this is the first take on this, and I think I got it. So until I talk to you again, I guess there's nothing more to do than just to tell you, peace out.